All right, so today we are converting fractions to decimals. Yesterday we did the opposite, decimals to fractions. And we're going to be using visual models. There's another way to do it, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but this really kind of makes the idea of decimals and fractions a little bit more concrete. So let's go ahead and see how they did that. So the first question, it says 1/5. Convert that to a decimal. Okay, so I went ahead and I clicked hint because I really liked their visual. So it says, let's draw 1/5 on a fraction model. So they divided the box up into fifths, right? They split it into 5 equal spots, and they shaded in 1 because it's 1/5. If it was 2/5, you'd shade in 2, 3, 3. And then the next part, they said decimals are a special way of writing fractions like tenths and hundredths. How can we shade the same using tenths? Okay, so in order to use decimals, we have to get our fraction into tenths, right? And we know tenths or hundredths, but we need to get tenth on the bottom. So what they did here is they divided this, this square into 10 equal spots. And then they're asking, okay, now let's shade the same amount of area in this one. And so if we just go straight down, we would see pretty clearly that 1/5 in this box is equal to 2/5 in this, 2/10 in this one, okay? So I would draw out my value placement bar and I would put in 2/10, right? Because this is our tenths place. So it also looks like that. This one is equal to 2/10 or 2/10. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and put 2/10 and let's do a couple more. Okay, so in this case, they want us to convert 2/5 into a decimal. So I'm going to do it the opposite way. So I showed you how to do it with a, this is taking forever, how to do it with a fraction bar. Now let's go ahead and take a look at how we would do it if we just wanted to get this 5 to become either a 10, 100, or 1,000, because that's what you need to get to decimal form. So if I wanted that 5 to become a 10, we got 2/5. Yesterday, we talked about simplifying. And to simplify, you divide top and bottom by the same number. But you can go the other way too, by multiplying. So if I multiply top and bottom by the same number, and I need something to make that 5 equal to a 10. What can I multiply 5 by to get 10? I hear you guys all saying multiply by 2, right? Multiply 2 by 5 and that gives you 10. And we do the same thing to the top, and that gives us 4. So our answer is equal to 4/10. 4/10 written as a fraction looks like that. All right, so again, they're asking us to convert this 4/5 to a decimal. Again, we need to make that denominator, the lower number, equal to either 10, 100, or 1,000. We know that we can multiply 5 by 2 to get us 10. And whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. 4 times 2 is 8. 8/10 looks like that in decimal form. 8/10. Last one, and I gotta do this quickly or I'm gonna run out of bandwidth on my video. Okay, 3/4. Okay, 3/4. So hopefully you guys remember the quarter example from yesterday, right? If I have 3/4, I have 75 cents. And if I have, let's write it this way, 3/4, quarters 25 each, right? Times 25 equals 75. And if I have 4/4, that equals 100. So if I have 3/4, that equals 75. If I have 4/4, equals 100. And remember, the trick is to get either 10, 100, or 1,000 as your denominator. We got 100 as our denominator. And so that looks like 0.75 as our answer here. So I put 0.75, hit check, and get it right. Sorry, that last one was really rushed, but I'm running out of time. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.